I get a quote back, $61,408 compared to my $11,000 quote. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you pay so much in insurance, is because fucks like that take advantage of this scenario. My Plisher property downtown. Let's talk about this real quick because this has been the most fuckery I've ever experienced in my life. So, you know what property I'm talking about. I'm trying. So there's a soap manufacturer below, like a craft. He's like a craft soap guy. So he's below. And I've got an approved permit, everything ready to go for 4 residential loft-style units with rooftop. It's actually really cool. It's, what would you call, like, not common space, but living area, I guess you could say.
Like a rooftop patio.
No, like a...
Or is it common area for everyone?
No, it's not common area. Is not the right word. Living space on the main floor of this property, with all of the bedrooms on the 3rd floor, which doesn't exist right now. We're going to build 3rd floor bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
With a walkout balcony, not balcony, but like a rooftop patio for each unit, which is really cool. 2 facing the back, 2 facing the front.
Yes, it's like a loft style.
It's like a loft style. It's actually kind of open to. Fuck is here?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's actually open to the downstairs a little bit. It's really cool, actually. So, anyways, this property's been in an ongoing state of bullshit ever since I owned it. I was told this: never do a deal on a handshake ever in your entire fucking life. People are severely dishonest these days, especially. I was told that everything's ready to go. Now, this is my own fault. Now, I also saw value in this property because I, feel like I somewhat stole the property, but I had to do a lot of work and I put a decent amount of money into getting it to where it is or to where it needs to be. I was originally told that the property's ready to go, ready for approval, all this stuff. It absolutely was not. I was somewhat bullish on the downtown Windsor core picking up. It hasn't really yet, but a lot of the apartment properties downtown, even new builds, have been very successful. I also had this particular property slated for like an Airbnb style of property, which I wanted to try my hands in or dip my toes in a little bit with short-term rentals. But nonetheless, everything's ready to go. Took 1.5 years to get that fucking property to be ready to go, ready for construction. Haven't started yet. But Christmas Eve, we had a fucking polar vortex come through Windsor or southwestern Ontario or whatever. The 2nd floor of the property, it's, I believe, not heated. And we had some pipes burst. It's been like fucking literally, actually today, April 24th, it's literally been fucking 4 months. And I haven't gotten I haven't made any kind of progress on getting that fucking thing ready to go. Now, the policy that building is with Aviva. The way that this works when you have a policy or a claim with an insurance company is an adjuster gets brought into the picture, which is, local adjuster or whatever. They'll assess the damage or whether or not there needs to be even any kind of assessment. It seems like what happens is if it's below a certain threshold with respect to dollar amounts, they'll just kind of push it through. So I got a quote from construction guys that I use. It was like $11,000 or something like that to, take care of all the mold and get everything, back to normal and this and that, right? Well, adjuster guy is like, can't push it through. I'm going to go with a local remediation company for mold or whatever and construction company. So they send it off to fucking Belfour. You know Belfour there?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still fucking waiting. So it's been a month. Well, actually over a month before they said that they had to take some samples for asbestos testing. So it's been over a month for me getting this fucking testing done, right? So I finally call up a family friend who works for another local company that specializes in this exact kind of shit. And I'm like, listen, how the fuck long does it take to get this asbestos testing? She's like, 2 days, max. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
Mm-hmm.
So I call up Kyle, my insurance broker. I'm like, dude, this is fucked. I actually write back an email with Belfour and the adjuster on copy or whatever. And I'm like, this is absolute fucking bullshit. It's been 4 months. I haven't, I got a tenant below there. He can't operate his business. I've got no rental coming in because I traditionally opt to not have my rental income insured, only because for the one-off scenarios, the extra expenses that I typically incur on that premium added to the policies doesn't make any sense. So I get a little bit over $2,000 for this property. So I'm probably out about $10,000 in lost rent. Now considering this happening, this would have made sense, but the ball has been dropped multiple times on this. So I go back to the insurance broker, Kyle, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with Belfour anymore. Those guys can fuck off because they're dragging their feet. They're costing me all this money. All these delays is ridiculous. We're going to go ahead with this new company. Okay. So I get a quote back from Belfour today. Let me bring it up. You guys, it's insane. Check this out.
After Aviva turned down your $11,000 quote.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, let's see it. Free shaker cups available now if you spend over $150.
That's still going on? Mm-hmm. Sweet. So I get a quote back. I get a quote back, $61,408. Compared to my $11,000 quote. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you pay so much in insurance, is because fucks like that take advantage of the scenario.
They just mark it up like way more than
it's
it has
unbelievable. So
wow.
That's it. That's my story.